So this is a much requested video. I wanted to show you guys the simple automation that I built for my client Mario that's helped him generate close to $232,000 in revenue in the last 90 days. Now, Mario runs Fortitude Drywall and Paint. It's a residential interior and exterior painting company. They also do some commercial work, and they're based out of the Northeast Ohio area. And they were running ads, right? They were doing the door knocking. They were doing all of the regular stuff, right? But they hadn't implemented consistent text and email follow-up. And that was a shame because he had such a large list of leads, right? So what we built for him was what we call a reactivation campaign. So we were just on the dashboard. We come down here to automation, and I'm just going to pull up my reactivation campaign. So this is the reactivation campaign right here. Now, the build of this is very simple, very simple. So we take his entire old list of leads, people who had gotten in contact with him but never bought or anything like that, and we start drip feeding it into this automation. And the first thing that they get is a text message. And usually the text message is very light, just hi, person's first name. This is Mario with Fortitude Drywall and Paint. Hey, if you're noticing any wear on your walls or an outdated color, we've got the perfect solution to refresh your space. Reply yes to have us contact you and start your transformation. So it's very simple. It's very light. It's not very intrusive. And then it also speaks to a problem that they would reach out to you about, because that's the main thing with marketing, is just how do you stay at the top of mind? Well, you point out the problems that a person might have that you can solve. So if there's wear and tear on the walls, or if you're sick of the color, then that's when you would want to work with a painter. It's just that simple. That's the first text message. And then we wait a day, and then we send them an email. Now, the email, you're able to come inside of GoHighLevel and create these different templates. So GoHighLevel is a great software. I'm going to be getting into more GoHighLevel stuff soon, so don't forget to like and subscribe. But in here, we're able to take a look at these templates that you might have created. So we've got the branded template here. And again, we're following a similar structure where the immediate message that they see as soon as they open the email is a problem that you can solve. It's very important to remind people that you are a problem solver. They don't really care that you're a family-run company. They don't care that you've been in business for 100 years or any of that stuff. All they care about is getting a problem solved that they might have. So it's best to always speak to the problem. Now, once you decide that this message is good, you're going to hit save. You're going to confirm. It's going to save it. And then now the email is in here, right? Now, we wait for a few days. We wait for someone to open the email. Now, if they don't open the email, we're going to send the same one, but now we've just changed the subject line, right? Now, and then we're going to wait for another text message. And by that point, we'll move it over here to the option where if they did open the email, we put a slight delay on it, and then we email them again with a fresh topic, fresh problem, what have you, right? So this is going to continue on. And let me move this so you guys can see it. This is going to continue on for weeks. Now, I'm sure you're thinking to yourself, like, well, how do I get these messages? How am I supposed to write all of these messages, right? Well, it's just as simple as using ChatGPT and a really strong prompt. So let me show you how that works. I've already got one built out. And I'll actually put it in the description of this video, and then you can use it if you so see fit, right? So we're going to first, hang on, let me grab it. So this is the prompt I use, and I usually have it saved in a Google Doc or something like that, but I've got it on my clipboard right now. And it says, act like a top performing marketing agency that builds high converting follow up systems for residential and commercial service businesses. Create a 12-month follow up campaign using a mix of text messages and emails inside of GoHighLevel. And then it's got a section here where you can fill in the business info that you're going to be promoting, as well as their website, their niche. You're able to give it information. The best thing that you can do as it relates to using ChatGPT effectively is to overshare sometimes. Giving it too much information is a great thing. Now, I'm not going to go through everything, but you can see that you can get very detailed with your prompts, where we've got the campaign criteria, as well as all of the different levels of GoHighLevel compliance and formatting as it relates to their short codes that allow you to duplicate messages, right? And then we're using plain, helpful language. We're not overly salesy. And we can include how many messages we'd like to send, right? So we're going to go ahead and hit enter and start watching the magic happen. So it starts coming out little by little, piece by piece. But as you can see, this is how you start to create follow-up without having to sit there and write every single message out yourself. And if you set this up to where it's running on autopilot and the messages are consistently being switched out, or there's so many messages that it's just filling in the framework, you're going to be able to put your entire text and email based follow up completely on autopilot. And the way we have it set up is that only people who reply positively will actually will send a notification. So we aren't sending notifications of people who are negative, or people who are cussing us out, or people who aren't interested, right? So in doing that, it keeps morale high with your salespeople, because they aren't seeing all of the people telling them to fuck off, or telling them to suck, or that they should get a real job, right? The only thing that they're seeing is the leads that come through the system and say, hey, I'm interested in speaking with you, right? Now, if you take a look at the generated messages here, it says month 1, we're going to send an email, then a text message, but then it immediately jumps to month 2, then month 3. And I don't think that this is a good amount of follow-up, right? I like to be a little bit more aggressive. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say, this is a good start, but I would like to be more aggressive with our follow-up. Please shorten the duration of time between messages. If you need to add more messages, please do so. So now we wait, and they're saying, okay, cool, we're going to step up the frequency of this, right? So now they've said every 5 to 14 days, which is more in line with what I do. And that's the beauty of these prompts, is you can actually go in here and you can even tell it the cadence that you'd like it to follow, right? So here we've got the day 2, the text message goes out, then day 5, they get the email. Day 10, there's another text message going out. And all of these messages can just be dropped into the workflow and sent out to your people and all of this helped my client Mario generate close to $200,000 in new revenue just from an old list of leads. So he's not running any more ads. He didn't have to do any more additional door knocking or anything like that. So if you want to see more automations, or if you actually want to learn how to build automations inside of GoHighLevel. Like and subscribe. If you want to learn about how to get something like this inside of your business, I included a webinar in the description. You can take a look at what we do, how we do it, and if it makes sense to you, I want you to book a call with us and we can see if there's some synergy. But to finish this off here, it's really just as simple as taking the messages from ChatGPT and then putting them in to whether it's going to be a text message or an email campaign, right? So very simple stuff. You don't have to do a lot in order to get business. You just need to create as many channels as possible that leads can come into. And you also want to automate those channels as much as possible, because then you're building the max amount of leverage that's going to allow you to grow your business and succeed in a more aggressive way, right? So again, I've been Charles. We're doing the 30-day sprint, putting out a video every single day. I'm just trying some different stuff. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Good, bad, happy, sad. I just want to improve. We will see you on the next one. Later.